Starting lineup: Mundo, Shaco, Ari, Caitlyn, Lux up against Set, Wukong, Diana, Lucian, Jinx. Rating of the picks for a casual game: Mundo as a top, 10 out of 10. Shaco in the jungle, I'll give it a 9. Shaco scares the living hell out of amateurs. He's exceptionally good against frightened people. The biggest thing about Shaco is that you make all your problems infinitely worse by running away from him. There are a few champions that have an advantage when they attack from the back and when they backstab, but nobody ramps as much with backstabs as Shaco. Shaco has the biggest backstab advantage in the video game. And for that reason, it seems like if you fight him, you lose frequently. If it's uphill for amateurs, if you run away, you double lose. And so he seems inescapable. He takes away all hope for amateurs. However, that would be a 10 out of 10 and the perfect jungler. But we're going to take 1 point away because Shaco is also one of the most frail individuals in the entire video game, to the point where you will get killed if you try on Shaco to fight the dragon early on. If you try to get the dragon, if you try to get the grubs, you will die as Shaco because he doesn't have the stamina to be able to outlast a dragon. Which very frequently, immediately makes any team angry because it already means that they're not going to get the first objective unless he steals it from somebody else. Ari for the pros would be a 10 out of 10. For amateurs, that's a 6. Ari requires a lot of moral relativity and a lot of moral freedom. In order to shine, Ari has to really kill steal, abandon her own team at times. You know, if you're trying to be conventional and you're trying to have some solidarity in the default sense of the word, without much communication, then Ari is horrible because essentially you take away her greatest advantage, which is that of running away and kill stealing and hunting down individual targets with very low life points with her extreme movement speed. In the average amateur game, if you do that kind of thing, it will be considered essentially mutiny. It will be considered essentially going against the own team because you're going to abandon this casual team, abandon this group of people who is in a team fight or whatever to use your ability to get away. And that frequently melts down teams. It frequently, it disintegrates teams. It disintegrates the cohesion in casual teams. You have to communicate specifically with people you know very well in order to do a thing like that with Ari. That's why Ari is a 6. Caitlyn as a shooter in a casual game, a 10 out of 10. Lux as a support, a 6. Set as a top, an 8. Diana as a mid, a 0. Lucian as a shooter, between an 8 and a 9. Between an 8 and a 9. Jinx as a support, a 0. Let's get to it. And for the first play of the game, we're gonna have Shaco here, messing with people. And putting down, I think, 2 trick boxes. And this is the essence of what Shaco is. It's all getting into people's heads. It's not that you can't actually handle him. It's just that he got into your head. He puts boxes everywhere. You think you're surrounded. You think, oh no, this may happen everywhere now. It works especially well on complete amateurs. That's the first play. And for the second play of the game, we're gonna have the Clash of the Titans up top here. And French boy is going to take care of German boy here. And of course, feel that burn of going a little too deep. And for the third play of the game, we're going to have one of the main things that decided the game and one of the most impactful things in the game here is the fact that we were really able to exploit Caitlyn, and Caitlyn was essentially a complete non-factor. This is atrocious behavior as a pure sniper. I want to just try and play that back for you there. Like, what on... Have you never seen League before? Like, what is this? You're a sniper? And for the fourth play of the game, we're gonna have this exchange here in the upper part of the jungle adjacent to our bottom lane. A proper all-out team battle where I do my best to provide some crowd control. And this will redraw the lines eventually. And for the fifth play of the game, we have the final stand here of German boy, who's going to give it everything that he has. And by itself, an excellent player playing an excellent champion, just not for the right team. And there you go, that's Mundo with a triple kill. Taking a look at the scoreboard here. And I really braced myself this game. I was going to go all out. Because it felt to me like a game where the algorithm really wanted me to lose. I'm very suspicious when I see certain kinds of lineups with certain kinds of people. We have here Salmon and Maison Lannister. The top here, we have the exact same as in the previous episodes. Ruined King and the Mercury Treads, though with completely different outcome. So yeah, this is not... It's smart that you saw that the enemy composition was going to focus on magic damage by itself, but there are better ways to handle that than to buy Mercury Tread. And you could kill two birds with one stone here if you just get Wit's End. By itself, these items are fine. These items are fine. It's just, you are Diana. So, like, I mean, you have no chance. Brace yourself. We have here the shooter. These are very good items. This is excellent, yeah. And you're building toward Guardian Angel here. Yeah, this is excellent. This is very good. Me personally, if I was shooting, I think I would replace this with like Serialda or with Black Cleaver. Or in this case with Dead's Dance. Me personally. So I get a little more cooldown reduction. We see a Jinx in her usual spot. You got Kraken, that's by itself excellent for Jinx. Staying alive with the Boots of Swiftness here. Creating a common theme on this channel. Under these circumstances, you already get some movement speed from Warmog, so I would personally definitely stay away from the bladed steel caps here. Of course, a fan favorite. You got here a hybrid build on Shaco, Black Torch, or Black Fire Torch, at least a sign that you're not blindly copying somebody else's build. Yeah, by itself, all of these items are fearsome. This is good by itself. I would just try to get more cooldown reduction, personally. Too much focus on attack speed with Caitlyn. Caitlyn doesn't need that much attack speed. Again, Infinity Edge, where is it? Why do you never get it? I'm starting to think that people who play Caitlyn, they think that since I'm holding a gun, I should only buy guns. Right? Because I can't buy a sword item because I'm playing Caitlyn and she has a gun. This is, by the way, poor. This is very poor. And this is probably the reason why we were able to win this game. That's what I said all the way in the beginning. We have to completely lean on Ari and on Caitlyn. This is very poor for Caitlyn. You have to understand, like, as Caitlyn, you really have significantly more ways to get out of trouble and to stay out of trouble than other characters. With that much range, you really have a good way to avoid deaths. So, yeah, that is one really poor player. And that's just practice. That's just practice. Practice and taking yourself serious, and wanting to hear some thoughts. That's what that is. Again, like I would maybe go with something like the hourglass for a little bit more beef. Some cooldown reduction so you can spam your abilities a bit more. But by itself, really, most of these are fine. Moving on.
A summoner has reconnected. 30 seconds until minions spawn.
This is a game that the algorithm has orchestrated to make sure that players don't go on long winning streaks. In order to win this game, we would have to completely collapse RE and the enemy shooter Caitlyn. There is no other way to win this game.
Minions have spawned.
Other than that, we are completely screwed. I would have hoped that the French boy disconnected again. Since he keeps disconnecting, he may honestly be from Belgium. But I think this is going to be a forced loss. This is just completely being outclassed. This is a trap for me and Lucian here. Me and Lucian are gonna take a loss here.
Show me the path. Who questions my ability? Every mistake is a lesson. My place is at
Diana's gonna do what Diana's gonna do. Lose that matchup. And it's gonna be a question of what I can do to jump in. I mean, to basically solo the mid. Without being in the mid.
just try to stop.
An enemy has been slain.
Unbelievable.
An ally has been slain.
Okay, that makes more sense. That would probably be the first time I would have ever seen Zed beat Mundo in anything.
Bring me a real challenge.
Mundo doesn't really do damage. If he does damage, it's ability power damage.
My journey's only beginning.
Lux and Ari are mages, and Shaco is built here like a mage, it seems like.
Every mistake is a lesson.
An enemy has been slain.
Adapt to all situations.
Slain an enemy.
Never settle for second. Show me the path. You got it.
Killing spree. An enemy has been slain. An enemy has been slain.
Who questions my ability? Bring me a real challenge. My place is at the top. Every mistake is a lesson. My journey's only beginning.
Killing spree.
French boy, French venom, I'm telling you. French venom burns through everything.
Never settle for second.
Turret plating will fall soon. An ally has been slain.
Put me to the test.
destroyed.
Fancy a treat?
An enemy has been slain.
Who questions my ability?
Dominating.
Bring me a real challenge.
An ally has been slain. An ally has been slain.
My place is at the top.
Your turret has been destroyed.
I got this.
Rampage.
My journey's only beginning.
Your team has destroyed a turret. An ally has been slain.
Not so close.
Adapt to all situations.
Shut down.
A little bitter for my taste. I don't mind.
Your team has destroyed a turret. Shut down.
Never settle for second. Show me the path.
Enemy killing spree.
You got it.
Oh,
Rampage.
Who questions my ability?
Shut down.
Bring me a real challenge.
Has been slain. Unstoppable.
Got a little bit of an ego problem, don't you, Buttercup? It's all the jungler again, isn't it? It's all the jungler's fault. I've noticed, yeah. It's strange. It's like this is a family of four who just randomly banded against me, like. And in reality, it's a bunch of strangers on the internet. They only know one thing, that is that they don't like me as their teammate.
An enemy has been slain.
My place is at the top.
Your turret has been destroyed. An ally has been slain.
Adapt to all situations.
An enemy has been slain. An ally has been slain.
Every mistake is a lesson. Never settle for second. Who questions my ability? You got it.
An enemy has been slain. Unstoppable.
Bring me a real
An
challenge.
ally has been slain. An enemy has been slain.
Adapt to all situations.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
My place is at the top.
Killing spree.
Is a lesson.
has destroyed a turret. Dominating. An ally has been slain. Double kill.
Bring me a real challenge.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
Been waiting for this.
An ally has been slain.
My journey's only beginning. You got it.
Boom. Headshot.
destroyed a turret.
Show me the path. My journey's only begun.
Your team has destroyed an inhibitor. Shut down.
Bring me a real challenge. You got it. Every mistake is a lesson.
An ally has been slain.
Adapt to all situations.
Steady. Exemplary. Double kill.
They never get tired of dying.
Never settle for second.
Your team has destroyed a turret. You have slain an enemy. Your team has destroyed an inhibitor.
My place is at the top.
Shut down.
Just try to stop.
The enemy's inhibitor is respawning soon.
Who questions my ability?
The enemy's inhibitor has respawned. You have slain an enemy. has destroyed a turret.